Hello everybody and welcome to Blocky Dungeon. This is a game that I've been kind of keeping an eye on for quite some time now. I remember seeing a GIF or maybe a video of it on some social media roughly maybe a year ago, sometime during last summer, and it looked really intriguing. It's essentially a dungeon crawler kind of combined with Tetris. Now, it's releasing today on Steam. It also has a demo, which should still be live by the time this video goes up, which you can take a look at, but I was lucky enough to get the full version of the game a little bit early. Now, it's got kind of an odd control scheme. First off, it has no mouse controls whatsoever, so all of you old school Dwarf Fortress people will love it, but when you go into kind of the controls here, you either have gamepad or keyboard controls as your options, and you're going to be controlling a knight as well as Tetris pieces. So I've rebound their default controls to arrow keys and WASD because I just found it to be a little bit more comfortable. As for the game itself, when we jump in, we have 3 separate options. I do very much recommend you play the tutorial because this game does have kind of a lot of under-the-hood mechanics that are you need to know what you're doing, and you'll do a lot better if you play the tutorial. So when you do start playing this, definitely check out the tutorial. There's also your codex, so you can kind of go through and see all of the enemies that you've discovered. You can see all of the different pickups and power-ups that you've discovered, and it leaves them red if you haven't run through all of them yet. So as we move through here, we can see all of the different block types I've seen. We can see all of the different crates. We can see all the different potions, stamina potions, keys, experience potions, diamond experience gems, etc., shields, and then all the different enemy types. There's quite a few different enemy types in this game, and they do varying amounts of damage. They're also varying amounts of mean, from what I can tell. But we have 2 different game modes here available to us in this here video game. There are quests. Now, quests, from what I can tell, are like little puzzles where you're given a goal, and then the endless mode is kind of where the meat of the game is. Also, underneath endless mode, there's demonic mode, which you unlock once you have 1 star in each of the classic modes. So essentially, once you go through this here first set of quests, I assume, you will then unlock demonic, and then there's also once you have 2 stars, you can then get survival, which I'm assuming are just difficulty options. For this video, I'm going to be playing a round of Classic and kind of explaining the mechanics as best I can, as well as showing you the gameplay. Now, you might panic and think, oh god, there's a shop here. What's that? Well, you unlock the gold in game for doing well, and then you can spend the gold on different skins for your dude. That's all it is. There's no, like, microtransactions going on here as far as I can tell. So don't worry too much about that. Let's dive into a Classic game, and I will do my best to explain. So welcome to the Endless Dungeon. So here we have the gameplay. So using the arrow keys, or by default it's like J, L, I, and K, you move the blocks around. Now you play Tetris. The blocks do not move down on a timer like in normal Tetris, but you can insta-drop them, which I've bound to the to spacebar. So I'm going to rotate this block here, and then we're going to start fighting stuff. So currently, as you can see up in the top, I've got 1 attack power. If I attack this dude that's next to me using WASD, it increases my attack power. Now, that unit over there on the right has 3 health, right? If I were to attack it right now, it would reset my attack power back down to 1. If I drop a Tetris piece or a dungeon piece, it'll reset my attack power back down to 1. So I need to hit something else to increase my attack power up by 1 so that it continues increasing. If I move up to this container right here, I can smack that, and then walk over and hit it again. The green bar is the number of moves I have left before I need to end my turn. You end your turn by dropping another Tetris piece. I have 3 hammers in my inventory right here, which I can use to knock over a fence, build tiles, and they are dropped around the map, okay? So this is kind of why I say you might want to play the tutorial for this one if you're gonna give it a shot. Another thing that increases your attack damage is triggering a Tetris line. So if I hit this by hitting Control, it triggers this line of Tetris. Increases my attack power, and I can now leave this spot by moving up 1 tile and using one of my green stamina points to drop this unit off the screen. However, I will get no experience from that. So instead, I'm benefited by going over here, grabbing this, and then moving up 1 block. You follow? From here, I can now place another Tetris piece. There's another barrel up there, so I could place another one. Now I have some stamina left before my turn resets, so I can pick this up. I can move up by 2, and then I can smack him, knock him down. Now, fortunately, I do have a bunch of excess attack damage, so I can move up, and I can deal with this last guy. There is a stamina potion over there, and the potion that I just picked up was an XP potion. As the dungeon levels up, which it levels up as you drop Tetris pieces, the enemies that spawn will have more HP. So you want to be kind of careful about how many pieces you're dropping at one time, because it is going to start getting punishing, and it's going to get punishing quick. But it's also really satisfying when you can level up 3 or 4 different abilities all in one turn, drop a bunch of units off the map, and then in one massive satisfying swoop, just completely murk the entire screen. It's kind of a really neat little thing from what I've seen so far. Let's knock you down, move up 1 tile, let that all fall, and bring down some more units for us to fight with. So there is a container right there, which is useful to me. I do have a hammer, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this square in. I do have a line piece, and that ghost over there has 4 attack power. I'm going to place you, and I'm going to place you here. So I'm going to start this off by triggering this line, moving up, moving over, smacking you. That gives me 3 attack damage, which isn't enough to one-shot this guy, but it is enough to hit him and kill him in 2 turns. Then I can, from here, place this L piece right here, and place this kind of... I wish I still knew the Tetris piece names. I used to, but... Paste the other L piece there. So that I can get 2 damage from. There's a barrel I can get 1 damage from. I can move over here and collect this. So this will up me to 4. So I can grab 4 damage, smack the goblin. That gets me 5. I can go over here and smack the barrel, which sometimes have pickups, which you need to pick up in them. So it's good to just break those anyway. Then I can move up and clear the map and move forward, drop it down, and continue placing more pieces. So that's kind of your gameplay loop for this game. It's going to throw other things at you, like teleporters, and when there's 2 teleporters on the map, we just picked up a little health piece. It's going to throw things like teleporters at you, so when there's 2 teleporters on the map, you will have the ability to move through one and then teleport over to the other, things of that nature. Enemies get progressively more varied as things go, including some that are non-violent, archers with ranged attacks, dudes with little dashes, and various other murderous abilities, shall we say. I'm going to hit this right here, move up, 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 over, down. Hit that gets me up to 3. Break him to get 4. I still have 8 points of movement left. And clear the map again. Now we are going to drop this L piece here. I hit this barrel. Refresh my shield. You can only have a maximum of 3 shield. So this little guy over here is gonna suddenly be a bit of a problem for me. I need an influx of damage. The next dude that's gonna drop down on the next piece up here is one of those archers who to me just kind of look like Link. So we're gonna drop you down here. I'm gonna hit this. That'll get me 4. I'm gonna drop him off the map accidentally, which I now no longer get the XP for. And now, as you can see, we're suddenly in trouble. Things are going wrong because I'm getting attacked on multiple fronts here. So I'm just going to cut my losses and drop them both down. But if I go and I start dropping other pieces down here, that's going to punish me because I'm going to lose the extra damage that I would get. So I'm just going to move forward, and I'm going to start smacking this guy. Now, there's another bar I haven't mentioned yet. This other bar is this little skull here. This is a curse. If I don't kill enemies for too long, I'm just going to start taking damage. That's the curse of the Tetris pieces, I suppose. I'm going to drop another L shape. And that's a teleporter that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so what I can do here is I can smack this, break this, pick up the coin, hit you. Get the XP. Leveling up does heal you entirely, so keep that in mind. Plop you over there. Don't have any hammers. I may have screwed the pooch on this one. Ooh. Yeah, I think we may be done, unfortunately. Because they're just going to take me out no matter what I do here. But that is maybe not my most successful run, but definitely a run of this here video game. Since I've run through that, I'm going to now simply show you one of these quests to kind of give you an idea of the quests. So I've completed 2 of them. So we'll run through the first one again so I can show you what they are. So clear 3 lines, okay. Defeat 3 enemies, okay. Place less than 12 blocks, okay. And take less than 2 damage. This is kind of what the quests are like. So they are like a little puzzle. It'll give you a goal, which is quite achievable. And it will tell you to complete said goal. So it wants me to take clear 3 lines and take less than 3 damage. So I have to be prepping lines. I can take out this rat. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab that. I'm now doing 3 damage. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm gonna plop you down there. Plop you up there. He's gonna break that container. I'm going to get 3 power instantly by hitting the ground, smacking him. Shouldn't be too hard to complete this. Just need a line piece. You know, I might be failing this on the place less than 12 blocks thing. That's 9 blocks. I should be able to make this work by plopping you there. Doing this. I'm just gonna drop these 2. Those don't count as killed, but there we go. I get the win for that. So now, place you, and the next piece brings us the exit. Aw, man, right at the very end. But that's kind of an example of what the quests are like in this game. And there's a good collection of them. That was not the best score I've done there, but we did barely squeak by. So we can now go to quest select or just automatically go up to the next quest. So you can kind of go through these and play them at your leisure. There are 2 pages of quests in the game currently, so, you know, 5 on each line, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 quests. It's a good number of quests to kind of work your way through, as well as the endless mode with the 3 different unlockable difficulties. A nice little offering for kind of an awesome concept for a little dungeon crawler. If something like this interests you, check the game out, and I'd be curious to know what you think. At the very least, try the demo. Let me know down in the comments section if this is something that you're interested in or if this is something that you'll play. Very much a coffee break game, not a hugely long time commitment thing, but something that I found myself playing 90 minutes of in my first real play session, and I look forward to playing some more and trying to get my way up those leaderboards, which currently, because the game isn't out yet, I just want to brag about this for a moment and mention that on the endless leaderboards, I am the 12th best score in the world, which I think is pretty fantastic and probably the highest it will ever be. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see any other videos like this, well, maybe not so many like this, but a lot of stuff about Dwarf Fortress and maybe other games you might be interested in, check out this YouTube channel. I got a ton of stuff going on over there. If you would like to support me or the stuff that I do directly, you can pick up a mug or a piece of merchandise from my merch store, or check out my Patreon. That's patreon.com/BLINDIRL. And if you want to see my face while I play video games on the internet, you can find me at twitch.tv/BLINDIRL. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.